Who's he?
Hitman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. It's your boy Kitman, bringing that JRPG and fan service content you deserve. And we're back with some more Disney Dreamlight Valley as I rebuild my valley and go through the steps on doing that. So in the last episode, we made this beautiful plaza farm, I guess you could say, and it looks really cool. I really like the way this all came out. And now for this episode, I have a lot of plans that I want to change. So originally I was going to make this whole upper part its own like home district, sort of, with also my house being here. I think I'm going to be changing that plan a little bit, because now that I am like really in the idea of changing my valley and redecorating it, I think I want to redecorate the plaza in general, because I want to kind of make the plaza more of a home district and align the streets with a lot of houses and a lot of my villagers, because I feels like this will be the best place for them to go, while having the upper part here that we were just at being the shopping district instead, because I think it would be a lot bigger for a lot of the shops that I want to do in the restaurants, and I think it will make it look more symmetrical and more like dynamic that way, while also having the down part here still be like Disney World, and a lot of attractions will go down there, and then we can kind of figure out other places for other biomes from that point. So as much as I love my plaza, it's going to have to change. It's probably one of my favorite builds that I've done in this entire game, but I feels like all good things has to come to an end eventually, and I think this is definitely one of those, because I think I run out of ideas of what I want to do with the plaza, and I think it's just time for a little bit of a change. But in the meantime, I was working on getting a lot of my villagers to level 10, and I am getting to that goal. So if you can see here, we got Jafar to level 7, Jasmine to 7, Aladdin to 4, which is pretty good. They were already maxed out. Merida is now level 10 after leveling her up. Olaf is almost level 10, which we're going to probably do that today. And then Stitch is level 10 now. Daisy is almost at 9, which I've been working on her. And Donald Duck is on 10 as well. Mike and Sully is on 8, which I've been working on. I haven't worked on Mushu at all since the last time. Oswald is almost on 8, which I did work on a little bit. Simba and Nala I did level up, and they're almost at 10. They're taking a little bit more time. Tiana is 10. Jack is almost at 8, which I have been working on him, and then I haven't really worked on Buzz and Woody that much, but I would give them their like favorite gifts every so often. So like they're at 6 and 5. And I haven't worked on Wally or Eve yet, and I have been working on Vanellope, who is almost level 10 as well. So the people I want to get to level 10 at some point today in this episode is Vanellope, Jack, Nala and Simba, Remy we did get to 10, Oswald, anyone that's kind of 7 and 8, close to 10, I want to get to 10 at some point through this episode. So as long as we do that as well, then I will call this episode a success, that we actually done something. But before we get into demolishing my builds, let me go see what's in Scrooge's shop, because it's always cool to see what new items we have in here. So far nothing new. I will take these clothes though, because I probably don't have them, and it's good to have them. I'm also going to take this stone statue, because I don't know if I have this one, so I'm going to just take it just in case. This is cool. Okay, so that's new. I don't have that. That's old. I have that. I have that. I think I have those as well. So we're pretty good on that front. So, okay, so the first thing we gotta do is move all my restaurants and shopping district shops out of the way so we can start figuring out where I'm gonna live, because I'm also gonna live in this district as well. And then also I gotta figure out who else is going to be in this plaza that would look fitting here. I definitely know Mulan, Tiana would definitely work here. I think Mike and Sully's house. I want to put Remy's house in here. So we're gonna have to make that work somehow. Okay, let's start by just moving stuff out of the way. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Took so long. So very long. But everything is now completely up, and this place is now clear, which is crazy. It hasn't been this way since the beginning of the game, and now it feels wrong. Ooh, I know what kind of, I think I know what I want to do. I want, which I'm gonna replicate on both sides. I think there's a particular type of bench I want to put down. Oh yeah, let's put that. Oh yeah. Okay, I thought I was recording, but apparently I wasn't. But this is what the pathing is looking like right now, where we got a sidewalk for the houses, but then also got the street. And then over here, I'm thinking about making a little like court sports area, like basketball or like tennis or something like that in this side of the plaza. And then over here is going to be like a gazebo, and then like a little flower garden, as well as like my another garden here for like items that work in this particular area really quickly. And this way I can also be able to get to the node really fast. But I am liking the way this is looking. So then I'm gonna put like a little path, rock path that we got from Aladdin here, so we can have this lead up into this area. But so far this is looking pretty good. I do like the gazebo, this elegant gazebo here. I want to try to put the same thing over there as well. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like block this from connecting, because since the housing is a little uneven because of how they're shaped, it's not going to be super even. But I could push this back so this porch comes right about the steps. I would love to hear it. But then this will be uneven. I could push my house back just a little bit too, so it's not on the sidewalk too much. So let's see if we can push this back ever so slightly to about there. So that means this will have to move as well. Okay. I'm gonna have to move this as well. I think this is just not working out. But if I want to go for like a more symmetry kind of thing, let me try something. There's a lot of Mulan items. So like if I put this here, training defense camp. I do. That does fill that gap, but then there's this small gap here. Okay, hold on. Let me work something here. Reset that. Let's go for maybe this bench that I was looking at. Let me see. Where it is. I might have passed it. Because my picture might be covering it. Here it is. Can this fit like right here, maybe? And then this on the opposite side of it. We lose the bush though, but the symmetry is still off a little bit. Fuck. Dang it. Doesn't really make a lot of sense because this blocks the backyard. Dang it. We were on to something. Maybe we just kind of have a different kind of backyards for everybody instead of trying to like make it symmetry. Still a gap that can be filled there. Okay. It's kind of starting to come together a little bit, but at the same time it's not. All right, so we got to push this back. Freak was that? Yeah. All right, so unless we put like another house in between, which is something we could do. I think this is what we're gonna have to work with for now. Like, unless I put like a lot of the houses, this Disney character houses over there, and then just make this whole area like its own like attractions, that might, maybe that might be the idea.
Do you have a minute?
All right, let me play with it for a minute. Let me. This is Goofy's house. This is Daisy's house. Let me first try putting Mickey's house. We gotta keep Mickey and them together. So means we'll might have to move Maribel's house. Or unless I put mine's opposite of everyone else's. We're kind of rethinking everything a little bit. I think I still want a bush. I still want the bushes to go here. But I think the bush that I want to go here, I have to buy the Lilo and Stitch thing for the premium pass, which I will do eventually, but just not right now. So I definitely do want to do that. Let's move this. Yeah, so now we're gonna move Sully's house over here as well. Think this is not going to be able to fit. What about Goofy's house? Yeah, Goofy's house will work. So then we'll put Mike and Sully's house right. You know what? I do not want Mike and Sully to be my neighbors. I'm sorry. Tiana will have to be my neighbor. I don't want them to be my neighbors. It's okay. Hmm. This the this is the front. This is the back. Okay, here's what my thought process is. I'm gonna put Remy over here. And my house is sandwiched right in between them. It's between Minnie and Mulan. So we're gonna have to find a way to put their house somewhere. Um, you gotta put Mike and Sully's house somewhere. It feels like this would be the best place to put it. And then we could make a little path to go behind here for a backyard for something. It's starting to feel a little bit more like an actual townhouse. I think I'll swap me and Tiana around. Have the cooking people next to each other, and then I'll have me right beside her. So then that's where I can have my little gazebo. So like if I put this right here, then I could put like a little garden here, like a flower garden, but also still be able to get to the node here. But then I could put like a little, like if we put a path underneath it, like like that. And then we put like a little garden here. And then I'll put like a backyard kind of like set up here. What I'm thinking. Kind of like the way this looks. It's kind of leaves Daisy down here, but I think I have another idea for where I could put Daisy's house along with Scrooge's house. Let's take a little walk between around it. So I come in and like, hello, ramp. So I would like spawn here. And then be like, come out and see Tiana. Hello, Tiana. Welcome. It's Legends. Good morning. Hello, Remy. Hello, Minnie. Good morning. And then come down and be like, good morning, Mickey. Good morning, Goofy. And Mikasa. Hello, Maribel. Come down and then go around to the house and be like, oh, you have a nice little backyard and whatnot. I like that. I like that. I like that. I'm liking it. It's starting to come together.
Gotta say, my neighbors are on the level.
All right, I think I'm gonna let this marinate for a minute. And I'm probably gonna go do some other stuff, and then we'll probably come back in like an hour and see how I feel about it. I might do some stuff in between that. Okay, so it's been a few minutes, and now I'm kind of rethinking a little bit of how I want this to go. So originally I had, all the houses aligned with each other on each side. However, I like the idea of one house meeting to the next house over there, while also having a couple houses aligned on the side, but each person having their like enough room to have like a yard. And it's probably going to be some foliage and some other like items to make it look really nice. And then it's going to turn off into going down to the peaceful meadows and going up there. I like the idea of being a side fountain over here, which is really nice, which is the Jasmine fountain. I also like over here the idea of being a little park area over here, which is where this other gazebo is going to go. So we'll lead into this rock area. Now there's a certain type of hedge that I want, which is the Toperi hedge, and I don't have that right now. So I'm going to have to figure out something else for it. Maybe like these vine walls could really work. I like the idea of that. So like maybe putting these like right up, almost up against this, and then just having these come out. I might have to get a bunch more of those. I did think about that, because then that could look really cool right there. And then I wish they connected to each other though a lot better. So like the fact that they don't connect to each other sucks to me. I don't like how like open that is. So I'm not thinking that. That was like one thing I was thinking about. The other thing I was thinking about is using this hedge right here once we get down to it. Like something like this, but I wish it was like, I wish I had like the actual hedges, because if I did, then it would make this process a lot simpler, while also like having something really cool. Like, it's the fact that I don't have that particular thing. Now, again, this could work. It just not what I exactly want, per se. I feels like I'm missing a lot of stuff that I should have, but I like miss a couple star paths, or like there's certain items that I didn't get to buy, and I feels like I'm kind of limited on my creativity, but we're going to try to make it work. Like, again, there's this, in this path, there is this hedges right here that would work really well. However, I would have to buy this whole thing for 4,000 just to get that, which I have thought about it, but I'm not going to do it right now. I don't think it's worth it. There is, at least not right now. It's not worth it right now. There is the new star path that I think has some hedge stuff in it. It's like a little flower gazebo. I thought it did, but maybe I was wrong. I thought there was hedge in it. I think it might have been for like the Disney World star path that it came out, or like premium items that was out at one point. I just don't have access to that right now, so we're gonna have to find something that really works in this particular area. So like now, like my whole like plaza idea is kind of falling apart because I don't have certain things to make it work. But so it feels like I'm not accomplishing anything. Again, I don't mind these. I just want this to be able to like work properly. I don't like that these don't connect. I don't know why they don't connect. And Minnie's house is like so like hard to design around too. I think I just hid those items by accident because for some reason the thing is glitched like that, and I don't understand why it's like that. I want to put something like right here, but it won't let me do that. Again, I hate that it doesn't connect. It's the worst thing about that vine. That it doesn't connect. What's the point of it being a vine wall if it doesn't connect? It's so frustrating. Like the way that certain things work in this game and then some things don't work in this game is like truly like, man, it feels like you're like, you have all this potential, but then you're limited because of how wide the square space is, you know? And like, it's unlike, you know, Tiana's house, where you can kind of get very, very close to it and allow things to be on top of it. There's certain houses that doesn't allow you to do that. And Minnie's being one of them because they're like some of the first houses. They just didn't update it at all. So now I'm kind of like now I'm overthinking things again. So again, I wanted to have it come out like this to give myself a little, each person like a little bit of a yard. And then the street comes up. Like so. And then so like kind of give it kind of like a little bit of a pathway up to the house. And then let's put some foliage on there. So we're gonna have to get a little bit more of these, but like have these like kind of like aligned downwards. We need a lot more flower beds. I think about having this house here is Remy's house is probably not going to work out here as much as I wanted to. Because then we can have like a little backyard here that leads up to this area. All right, let me make a little bit of let me place down a craft station. I thought I had one here, but apparently I must have taken it away. All right, so let's go ahead and make a couple flower beds, as many as we can make. Let's make about 10 to start off with. So we'll make 2 of these. We'll just make 2 of each. As many as we are able to make. Okay. So with that, now we can start planning some stuff out. Let's put this one here. Then we'll do the same thing for Minnie's side. Is this one like bigger? I think this one is bigger. Okay. Man, sometimes the menus in this game makes this process so much harder to deal with. Uh, And Minnie's house is the outlier here. Okay. Let's move Minnie's house over there. Readjust this. To have it come up to about here. Yeah. So my thought process is just kind of moving things around, seeing if they fit in that particular space. So mostly it's just me redoing a bunch of stuff that I've already done, and I feels like this process is taking a lot longer than when I first thought initially. Especially because a lot of the roadblocks that I've been having is that a lot of the houses just don't align properly. While also, like, I want to have this, like, really cool, like, I guess you could say cul-de-sac or, like, townhouse. But again, I'm missing, like, a few items to make this, like, really truly work. So it's, like, making the process, like, that much harder to deal with. All right. So on the side of here, I want to put like a little like apple tree middle with like an actual like garden in between because I think that'd be pretty cool. This is kind of like getting to what I want in some ways. Okay. So then we'll do that. Why is I'm, it's like sometimes it makes it feels like I'm going crazy because it's like I know this should align right here, but like the alignment sometimes is just so off at times, man. It's so annoying to deal with. Anyway, let's start putting in some other like bushes and stuff. Like putting something like this there. Yeah, like that. Like the fact that if we just start filling it up, it might actually start looking really cool. Yeah, like that. Okay, it's starting to look okay. Now that we put some stuff in there, it's starting to make it look cool. Ooh, that's not what I want. Where's that? I'm trying to like make it look symmetrical. Okay, so okay, let me. Okay, you might have to put some in front of my house as well. Just get it as close as we can get it. Okay. Okay, then we can start just like filling in other spots. Like, want a bigger one. Okay, so then with that, okay, we're starting to kind of get an idea, sort of. Okay, so from there, let me start just working on Mulan's house or Tiana's house. And then we can start like putting things around their house that kind of makes their house look like them to give it a little bit of personality. Uh, so we have to get like doubles of things. So I guess I don't have that many Princess and the Frog stuff. But my idea is just to place a lot of these like Mongolian path flowers everywhere. Like they fell off the tree to kind of like cover it up a little bit. So I'm starting to understand, kind of get an idea of how like placement wise of the different way I want the houses to look and stuff. So now it's all about just filling it in with like things that I think will look cool. Um, I'm really trying to go out of my comfort zone a little bit because I don't normally decorate this much when it comes to valleys and stuff like that. So I'm really trying to like kind of get a little inspiration for things and seeing what works and what doesn't work. See if I like it or not. So it's like it's really like pushing me to try new things. That's why I wanted to like make this new plaza because it's something different and it's forcing me to kind of do something different. Uh, okay, let's see. Let me fix this fountain path. I'm gonna put this kind of like somewhat in the center. Okay, so that. Okay, that looks good. Again, I wish I had these hedges, but we don't, so I guess we're gonna have to just deal with the ones that we already have. No. Let me then put some benches down. Let me take, oh, some of those wooden benches that we have. I'm kind of just like moving along, like moving to different sections to try to not get too bored. So we put like one of these like nice little sitting area. I think just filling this whole thing in is like probably going to be the best. And then what we could do, uh, the there's a path. I'm trying to remember what was called. It's the Jasmine. It's the Aladdin. Might have to go to Scrooge's shop to buy more. But let me kind of take a test drive through this and see how this looks for me. God, the only problem is that there's gonna be all these sticks on the ground now. Which is what the vacuum is for, I guess, so it's not that bad. I'm starting to I like how this is looking. Taking a kind of a walk around. I think I'm gonna have to connect this street. I mean, this brick path, so it's like completely bricked here. Then I think I might put some benches in front of here with some trash cans on the side of it. Oh, someone's already using it. I probably put like a trash can on each side. I might have to scooch this over. Ah. It feels like I'm so limited on what I can use. Anyway, let me go up to Scrooge's shop real quick. I don't know why Wally's in the bush.
Just so you know, I've got some new goods at the store. Good day to you.
So we're going to furniture, landscape, these. So I need to get more of this rocky path. I just need to remember what it's called. I really like how this looks. I want to put some Milan stuff in front of her yard, some more Mickey Mouse stuff. I want to put the different trees. But this is also gives me kind of like a way to like access everything. If there is something that gets stuck behind there. All right, let's get back to it. So let me look at rock terrain. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like that. I might update that, but I do like that for now. I mean, I might replace it with the I might replace it when I figure out what the Aladdin one is, but I do like the idea for that right now. So this is where I got it at right now, my house in the street of the plaza. And I think I'm going to leave it here and take a break because I'm starting to feel defeated creatively, as I feels like my creative juices just doesn't work like I see with other Dreamlight Valley creators and how they have their stuff set up very nicely and whatnot. And I feels like I just suck creatively on thinking on stuff. So I think I'm just going to leave it here, even though my wife was saying like this looks really nice and she likes the way it looks, which is cool. And I'm glad that she does, but for some reason I'm not feeling it. Like I like it somewhat, but it's just like not truly coming together for me. And I also hate how these sticks is always like on the ground. So I think one thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and like take a break, maybe do some things on my own off screen, but I might record my progress of me doing things, and then I'll just come back and like show you the progress of what I have next. Took a couple minutes to kind of like put my thoughts together because I was starting to get a little overwhelmed on how I want to put everything together, and somewhat it is slowly starting to come together. Like I put these vine walls along this siding, which makes this look really, really nice. I also mirrored it on the opposite side as well. And then put this wooden bench here for some extra seating. I don't know what I'm gonna put here just yet. Then we put some benches here with the trash cans up beside it. And then we might put like, I don't know, either like some, like maybe a bicycle here or something else that will like fill the spot in. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this other space here, Morris's space. But so far, I mean, I think it's coming together. It took a slow turn to get together, but it is happening. I really like how this entryway is turning out. Now, eventually, when the Disney park entry comes back, I might end up replacing this gazebo with that because that's kind of what I truly want to go here, because then it will like kind of go into like the Disney park kind of attractions and stuff. That's the idea anyway. So I want to make that a thing. But I also put this over here where it has a lot of my apple trees along with, you know, this Mike tree berry bush, which I thought was really cute. Now, I would like to have like a big hedge garden that is a thing in this game, but I don't have that item, so this is kind of like a filler item. And then I might put something back here as well. And then I think at some point I'm gonna do something for Milan, like a small little like back garden or something. Or might end up moving Mickey's house so I can make more room for Milan and having like her whole like setup, because like one thing I think I would like to do is have like a Sakura like garden that she has in the actual movie, because I think that would be pretty cool right there. But I kind of like Mickey being here as well next to Minnie. It makes the most like sense of them to be together, you know. So I'm still figuring out some stuff. I might see if I can get some inspirations from other people and seeing how I could use their inspirations into my own build. I mean, it feels like Fairy Godmother is already liking the build because she's already sitting here. So yeah, so this is some progress. I mean, it felt like it wasn't going to actually amount to anything at the time, but you know, I made it. I mean, we made it something work. And these rocky terrains, I remember they're the Oasis rocky terrains. But I don't have those. Those are part of the Aladdin story path, but I stopped playing that whenever Yumiya came out. So I missed that. So I'm gonna have to wait for that to come back. But either way, these kind of works. I'm gonna have to try to see if I can like make it look more natural around this, but you know, we're making it work. But for right now, I would say this is a good starting progress to making the plaza look a little different. It's a little bit of a different way I normally create valley and biomes, so it's really kind of pushing me outside my normal expertise, and I'm liking it. I'm liking the creative challenge. It is a challenge, but I'm liking the creative challenge, especially also I put a lot of street lights in here, so that's making it look a little bit more like homey, I guess you could say. And I guess I'll keep working on it until the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this episode, let me know by hitting the like button, subscribing for more. I'm trying to hit 1K on this channel by the end of the year and 15K on my main channel where I talk about fan service and JRPG content all the time. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey to rebuild my whole valley, and hopefully eventually it looks really cool by the end of it. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye me.